at approximately just before 5 o'clock, we received a page for a structural collapse. At that time, I was in the station. I pulled over because I heard the tornado warnings, so I stopped at the station because I anticipated a call, as most of us in the rural division do. When the weather gets inclement, we want to make sure that we're in a position to respond if we can. And that's when I started hearing the ball-peen hammer of the hail hitting my car, and I knew something wasn't right. 4 of us responded with pump 66 to what was a structural collapse. As we made our way to Dunrobin village, my driver, Lieutenant Kyle Burke, pointed in the distance and he said, "Look at that." And I thought he was referring to the horizon, and then I saw the first 5 or 6 homes that were hit by the tornado. I called it in immediately as a tornado touchdown, and we began operations at that point. When we first got to Porcupine Trail, which is a common street in little village of Dunrobin, we made a right turn. We could make it probably halfway down the road until we started seeing the debris field. Many residents were on their front lawn, I would say standing in shock at the time, not knowing what to do. Our firefighters jumped out, we grabbed medical gear, tools, flashlights, and began triage, which basically means we were going jogging from house to house, making sure that people were either not hurt or they weren't trapped. And this is where we started getting calls for help. People were hurt and people were trapped. So we're very thankful that we could extricate at least 3 people. One young lady was injured in her basement with broken ribs. She was 18 years old, so I was with her holding her hand until we could get extra help to get her out. Lieutenant Burke smashed a basement window and extricated a gentleman and his daughter. And then we began our secondary sweeps to make sure that no one else was trapped. And we're all very thankful in a way that if the tornado did come, it came when it did, because if this would have happened in the middle of the night, the story could have been a lot more tragic. I have never seen anything like this in my lifetime, never mind as my career as a firefighter, first responder. We've had some absolutely horrific calls out here, and the firefighters have always dealt with them professionally. I've done a really good job, but this is shock and awe for us. This is our community, this is our backyard, these are our friends, our neighbors, and I was very impressed with our residents and the public and people volunteering. We are slowly coming together as a community. We actually had 3 firefighters at this station lost their homes. And 2 of them, one couldn't make it out because he was injured, but even though their homes were lost, they were out helping others at the time. So I think that gives you a good spirit of what Station 66 and really the village of Dunrobin is all about. And we are coming together as a team.